Hello, more car talk videos. Yes, coming to you from the underground parking of Walmart in Victoria. Yippee-yi-yay. I guess a goals video is in order. Another one for the just my constant planning of goals. Just talking about. I think if I kind of perseverate on this for a week, maybe by the time I'm done, I'll have something semi decent to set myself up with. So yeah, looking at doing kind of like I think I'll do monthly goals, um, and kind of set them out. Um, Having a general reading goal of kind of British Columbia Canadian history, um, and doing kind of some doing one reading a day. Um, Continue reading books and reviewing books. That's a lot of my booktube stuff. As I said, for work stuff, I'm talking about making sure I get to work on time. Um, Probably for my own work stuff. It'll be in a way that I can talk about on here. Probably thinking about thinking about how I can kind of slightly tweak recipes, make a couple of different things so it's not completely in a rut that way. Um, is a thought is a I think a definite thought of I don't think that would take too much stuff. Weird noise. Quite sure what that noise was. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. Um, Exercise wise, it's definitely gonna be like trying to make sure I get my swims in. Get Shira going for walks fairly regularly now that I've got proper shoes that I can walk in. Um, I think that's the big stuff. See, I need cars shining lights in me. That would make for better lighting in the dark, dingy cement of Walmart. Um, I think a big thing for me is that Jean, I do stuff. That we go for walks. I think doing physically kind of getting out of the house and doing stuff is I think should be a real good theme for the both of us, for the time. Talk to Ja about that, how she feels about that she may want to do exercise without me, which is fine, but um, that we find things to do with each other outside of the house is probably is something that I should think of little outings. I mean, God, this has been not the year to do outings. This has been the year to stay at home and try and get stuff done at home. But hopefully in 2021, that would be a kind of, I think, a great thing to do, is like, hey, you know what? We had a year where it was enforced that we had to be at home. It wasn't just us being at home because we're homebodies and we're just don't I you know we don't have the that get up, and neither of us are like, oh, let's go outside, let's go out. We need to kind of give ourselves a bit of a push, but usually we really enjoy ourselves, and it's enriching and it's good for us as a couple to get out, to not just be at home watching TV or watching a movie. It's good to actually kind of get out and do stuff. So I think, as hopefully as the year goes by in the thing, I would like to put that on my thing of like, check in every 4 months and go, so is the pandemic is the pandemic eased? Are you able to get out? And I mean, even now with the pandemic on, we with what our kind of the strictures are for us, we can definitely we can go to parks and stuff like that. So we can, even in the short term, we can get out. It's making sure that Ja has footwear to be able to do that, because even more so than well, for myself, I just, I go into this place and I just, whatever fits, I buy, usually in runners, or some kind of some kind of walking shoe. Whereas Ja's got inserts, Ja's got, she's got lots of like various things that she needs to kind of, hurdles that she needs to go over, other than just the whole thing of once you get outside of runners. A lot of people who make shoes aren't making them for walking. They're just making them for how good they look, which sucks. So yeah, that is a very kind of rambly, kind of off the top of my head, building on all the other videos I've done of things I would like to get done this year. Probably a lot of this, like I'm doing this as a goals video like this, but I should probably actually just say, hey, get yourself a notebook. That's a goals notebook. That is someplace where you can specifically kind of note down thoughts and ideas and lists and deadlines to get stuff done that I can just kind of go back to throughout the year. Not a day book. Day books have never worked for me, and I've got enough of a day book on this phone here that for as much as I use it, that's probably what I'll do. I do put down, like, if I have a staff meeting or if I have doctor's appointments, it all goes into here, into my day book that's basically built into the phone. But more of a kind of goals, themes, thoughts, feelings about kind of goals, about kind of a purpose of life that could encompass, work, booktube, personal stuff, personal relations with Ja, with a little doodle, and whatever. I get a sad look on my face because we are on the list for a puppy, but that makes me think of the puppy that we lost, which is Haley, our 15 plus Airedale, which I still think about each day. Yeah, it's kind of, I'm still sad about that, and that means I'm not a fucking monster. So yeah, so I guess if there's something that comes out of this video, it's okay, get a notebook, and start noting down goals, and maybe do something rough, but then start writing it in a goals plans workbook for myself. I think that would be useful versus a day book. Yeah, something that I can kind of come back to each month. I've got a kind of a very basic calendar, which I can just kind of put a little thing at the end of a month saying, hey, goals book, write that down, so that I flip it open on whenever that falls on a kind of on a weekend where I know I've got a little bit of time to do stuff, and just kind of, keep trying to revisit that and make little videos at the end of each month talking about, how the month went that way. That would be useful for me, I think. That's sort of stealing from one book, one review channel. I have to actually look up what her name is, but yeah. Okay. So yes, this has been a good goals video for today. More goals videos and other videos later. All right.